Amimoa, 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 Amimoa. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, lol. Kuna Matata, guys. Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing tonight? And I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good week. I'm sorry that I have not been around. Work and second work has been kicking my butt. This next week is not going to be too easy either, but I will try and be here as much as possible. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it, and let's do the darn do. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Let's go ahead and share. Let's share myself across the interwebs, because that's what streamers do, right? That's what we do. So let's go ahead and copy my link. Let us share myself across the schminterwebs. Schminterwebs. Let's do this. Paste. Select all. Cut. Post. And then let's go to pages. Page Pikachu. Post, paste, cut, next, publish. And now let's go to my guild, the guild that I'm on. Let's go to there really fast. We'll go there. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and reconnect this thing to everywhere real fast to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Hi everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Boom. Hi guys. Hi guys. Post. Alrighty, cool. Alright, let's get to it. That's centered. Looks like it's centered. I like it. Alright, cool. Live. Doggo is barking, being a doggo. Cool. That's cool. That's chill. Chillax. That is very super chill. Alright. Let's see if I can't. I'm gonna try something. Photo. Oh, hold on. Ooh. Let me gonna grab. Looks like nobody's still here, which is cool. Which is cool. I'm still setting things up. Yeah. Undo. Stream. Select all. Copy. Paste. Fontana. Right. Sure. Alright. Whoop. Whoop. Edit profile real quick. Website. Paste. Oh no. Wrong one. Cut. Whoop. Hold on. I can do this. Oh, in the right one. Right one. Copy link. Paste. Good. And I hope it works. Directions, make sure just once. See if it just takes us to Fontana. Good. Sweet. Alright, good. Ha ha ha! It works. Alrighty. Howdy. Hello. Hi. Hello, YouTube traveler. How are you today? How are you today? Alrighty then. Let's see. Move this over there. I don't need it. Okay. Let's see, what the hell were we doing here? I've got mail from Shawak. Inside, you won't believe what happened today. While out looking for food, a frog jumped right onto Kajash's head and knocked him into the mud. He followed us all the way home. I'll show him to you next time you visit Gloom Hollow. Cool. Delete. Huh. Alright. Gloom Hollow, eh? Alright, let's see, what was I gonna do? A ver qué iba a ser. An unfortunate event. Slumber no more. Let's go here. And away we go. Oh wait, can I fly there? Let's see if I can fly there. Kinda. No me dijiste que. Oh my. Oi. 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 Mi amorcita no me habló, entonces. Pues. Let's see. Oi. Hey guys. Howdy. Welcome. Zoom. Explorando. Pues. A ver nomás. Estoy explorando a ver a dónde voy. A ver en qué pendejadas me puedo meter. Chingaderas. Trying to see what kind of trouble I can get myself into. Lol. Meow. Uh-huh. Oh. What is going on here? What? Why is he bleeding?
You need protection.
Interesting. Alright, let's get to it. Whoa. Lol. Yeah. Let's grab the nice little sweet leaves. Grabbing the sweet leaves. Sticky tar. Oh, ow. Get off of my butt. Whoops. Yeah. Hey, Gina Belen. Oh, not that way. No, not that. Oh my. Yeah, I probably do suck. I'm sorry. What am I doing wrong? Tell me. Tell me, a wise one. Lol. Why not this way? Tell me why. Oh, that's a lot of them. I think I'll be okay. I hope I'll be okay. Lol. Oh no, you left. Dang it. Lol. Tar gotten. Am I not supposed to get anything from that person? I guess not. Whoa, darn. Sweet leaf got. Sweet leaf got. Got the sweet leaves. There's another one over there. Let's go get these. What is that? What is this? What is that? Sweet. Oh, you interrupted me. What a jerk. Here, your buddy can come die too. Pyam. Cool. Ow, I'm bleeding. He hurt me. Me dolió. Mira nomás. Qué malo. Qué malo ese hombre. Ese hombre, nombre. Nombre que no me pegue. Que no me pegue ese hombre. Ese hombre. Yay, 8. Alright, where are these tar things? No tar. Dang it. Come on now. I need tar. Come on. There you go. Yeah. Yay, one more. There you are. Give me your sticky goo. Oh, good. Come on. Get just a little bit closer. No, don't go away, sticky glue. Dang it. Silly glue. Glue's not a nice person. He ran away. Why did he run away from me? No. Oh, darn. See, que no me peguen. Uy. Yay, I got enough. Cool. What is that? Tishambi. Let's go save this guy. Let's go save Tishambi. Tishambi. Oh, looks like he's a dead guy. Oh, looks pretty dead to me. Yep. Looks like a dead guy. Poor dude. Hey, we got a live one. A bone raptor. What? Okay. I guess he really wants to die. What a jerk. And he's almost gone and dead. Alright, cool. I think I don't gotta kill that guy. Let's take a look at the map real quick. Yep, everything is done. Let's go back and turn these in. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do something a little bit different this time. We're gonna go ahead and listen to a podcast on the side, and I'm gonna put that podcast on a side thingy. So let's see what I can do here. Display capture. We're gonna display capture over here. Yeah. Yeah. And let's see how we're gonna make this work. Chat. I'm starting to run out of screens. Okay, alright, let's see here. Alright, display capture, properties, display one, good. Alright, done. We're gonna go ahead and place this. I'm gonna show. We're gonna make this smaller. We're gonna go ahead and we're doing this. Oh boy. Alright. Transform, reset, transform. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do the following. Haha. Look at this, guys. Live editing. Brought to you by the Designated Inquirer. Ooh, what's going on here? I just want this one. Okay. So move over there. Maybe over here. Let's make this a little smaller, like so. Let's go to a YouTube real fast. We're gonna look up Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and let us continue where we were.
Hey! Put away the spray paint.
Oh,
With
no.
Fiverr, brand recognition.
There we go.
Be optimistic about the future. There's no point.
Alright, cool. Alright, so let's get him to be... Let's get the screen to be at max. So we're going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller like that. And bring it in a little bit there. Does that look good? Does that look good? Does that look good? Hey, that looks not bad. Alright, check it out. What chili? Alright, let's go ahead and...
That's dark.
There we go.
We lose faith in humanity.
Wine stem and a handle. They have
Ho
those?
ho
Yes.
ho!
Oh,
So now you guys can see what I'm
That's just
watching.
assholes. That's like people make pet
Ha ha
rocks.
ha ha!
Right? It's just, some people are just assholes. They take advantage of our generous nature.
It
Cool.
was made with the wine stem. Made with the handle.
They made it that way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they
manufactured
welded
like
it
that.
onto the mace.
No, that would be fine. If there was, they glued it on or something. But
Right,
It
that would be
it
like-
was made that way.
white trash chic. Oh, this is disgusting. Look at
Yes.
this. Here it is
Pretty
right
harsh.
there.
Yep.
This is terrible. Yeah.
Oh, what?
That's like
Oh, those are pretty
Fake
bad.
breasts that are designed to be hard, like fake breasts from the 60s.
What is this guy talking about?
It's like if you're really long for the ones with ripples. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh
That's
my.
almost what that is.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? There's
What's
nothing
going
you can do.
on?
There's nothing you can do to stop certain terrible ideas from propagating.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to sound like things are too dark because I think like you kind of have to
Alright,
be optimistic about the future.
let us continue.
Pessimistic. It's just too negative. Like,
Doesn't help.
Doesn't help. You know, I think you want to be. I mean, my theory is like you'd rather be optimistic. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic.
Right.
At least err on that side.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're pessimistic, there's
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody wants to be around you anyway. If it's the end of the world, like, fuck, told you, bro.
yeah.
The world's ending. Yeah.
Lol.
It is
I
what
mean,
it
might
is
as
for
well.
all. I mean,
Enjoy the journey.
right. If you really want to get morose, I mean, it is what it is
Morose.
for all of us. I think
Look at this guy trying to
unless
use big words with
something
the
changes.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately.
He knows.
you know,
I'm not
even
gonna
if
say he
we
doesn't
just
know big
sort of
words, but
existed as
we'll keep
humans
it.
Forever would be.
I just thought it's funny.
Would still eventually that'd be like the heat death of the universe.
Morose. Check it out,
Right.
A
guys.
billion years from now.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if we
An
get it past the
SAT
sun,
word. An
we
SAT
figure out a way
word.
past the sun, running out of juice.
Eventually, it's gonna end. It's just a
Something.
question of when.
Right.
So it really is all about the journey.
Or transcendence from whatever we are now to something that doesn't worry about that.
The universe, as we know it, will dissipate.
Damn.
Find mist.
Oh man. God
Someone's
damn
gonna
it.
Bottle it and put a fragrance to it. French people in another dimension.
It's just a very long time. So
Yeah.
I think it's really just about how can we make it last longer.
Are you a proponent of the multi-universes theory? Do you believe that there are many, many universes, and that even if this one fades out, that there's other ones that are starting fresh right now, and there's an infinite number of them, and they're just constantly
It
in
could
this
be.
never-ending cycle of birth and death?
It could be.
I think most likely, this is just about probability, there are many, many simulations. These simulations are, you might as well call them reality, or you could call them multiverse.
These simulations, you believe, are created? Like someone has manufactured?
They're running on a
Oh, hold on. Alright, this guy's being healed over here. We're gonna interrupt Elon Musk here for... Oh, cool. Yay, he's alive. We saved him. Yeah. Alright, accept. Next thing, on to the next puddle of goop. And resume.
substrate.
So,
That substrate is probably boring.
Ooh, it's a giant rock.
How so?
Ooh, it's a giant rock.
Well, when we create a simulation, like a game or a movie, it's a distillation of what's interesting about life. You know, like it take a year to shoot an action movie, and then that's all distilled down into 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, hello.
So, let me tell you, if you see an action movie being filmed, it's boring, super boring. There's like lots of takes. Everything's in a green screen. Looks pretty goofy. Doesn't look cool.
Lol.
But once you add the CGI and have great editing, it's amazing. So I think most likely, if we're a simulation, it's really boring outside the simulation.
Oh, interesting.
Because why would you make a simulation that's boring? It makes a simulation way more interesting than base reality.
That is, if this right now is a simulation.
Yeah.
And ultimately, inevitably, as long as we don't die or get hit by a meteor, we're going to create some sort of simulation if we continue on the same technological path.
Yeah.
But we might not be there. So it might not be a simulation here. But it most likely is, you feel, other places.
Other places?
Place or where is a
Flawed.
yeah.
Flawed
Like where,
perception.
like that. I feel it's a sort of
Maybe.
that vibe.
Partial simulation? That'd be...
It's really Valve that made it. HCC did the hardware, but it's really a Valve thing. Yes. Valve, great company.
He knows what Valve and what Half-Life is. Lol, that's great.
When you're in that virtual reality, which is only going to get better.
I mean, with Donald Trump being president, how could this
really?
not be a simulation? This can't be real life.
What defines where you are?
Exactly. It's your
Oh
perception.
man.
Is it your perceptions, or is it, a scale that we have on your butt? You're right here. I've measured you. You're the same weight as you were when you left. But meanwhile, your experience is
Why do you
radically
think you're
different.
where you are right now? You might not be.
We might have to lock the door.
Right now, you think you're in a studio in LA.
That's what I heard. Oh, listen, man. I think about this all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's unquestionable that one day that'll be the case. As long as we keep going. As long as nothing interrupts us. And if we start from scratch and, we're single-celled organisms all over again, and then millions and millions of years later we become the next thing that is us, with creativity and ability to change the environment. It's going to keep monkeying with things until it figures out a way to change reality. To almost like punch a hole through what is this thing into what it wants it to be, and create new things. And then
That's interesting.
those new things will intersect with other people's new things, and then it'll be this ultimate pathway of infinite ideas and expression, all through technology.
Yeah.
And then we're going to wonder, like, why are we here? What are we doing?
Let's find out.
Well,
I think we should take the actions, a set of actions that are most likely to make the future better.
yes. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then reevaluate those actions to make sure that
It's
true.
working,
Well, I
yeah.
think there's a movement to that. I mean, in terms of like a social movement, I think some of it's misguided and some of it's exaggerated, and there's a lot of people that are fighting for their side out there. But it seems like the general trend of like social awareness seems to be much more heightened now than has ever been in any other time in history.
That's partially true.
Because of our ability to express ourselves instantaneously to each other, through Facebook or Twitter or what have you. And that the trend is to abandon preconceived notions, abandon prejudice, abandon discrimination, and promote kindness and happiness as much as possible. Look at this line. Someone gave it to me. Sorry.
Yeah, what is this?
My friend Donnie brought this with him, and it just stayed here. I have a real samurai sword. If you want to play with that, I know you're into weapons. That's from
Who's
the
this?
1600s.
Oh,
Samurai
I
sword
got
on
it.
the table. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I'll grab it.
I got his attention. I'm running away. What is it? What was going on here? Oh shoot! Oh, it's his sword.
Legit samurai sword from an actual samurai from the 1500s.
Do I gotta kill him now?
Pull out that blade. That blade was made. the
Oh
old way,
my goodness! I
where
killed
a
him.
Master
Molded metal.
craftsman folded that metal and hammered it down over and over again. Over a
Oh,
long period of
oh.
time and honed that blade. into
Oh,
what it
he's
is
up.
now.
Oh
What's
no!
crazy is that more than
Oh,
500 years later,
run.
that thing is still pristine.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness!
whoever took
Kill
care of
him!
that, pass
Kill
it down
him!
to
Kill
the next
him!
person who
Kill
took care of
him!
it.
It's
Until God's
Jurassic
podcast, man.
Park,
It's
man.
pretty
We gotta
fucking crazy.
run.
One day. someone's
Oh,
gonna make
he's
a
down.
Tesla like that.
All right, good.
These fucking back doors that pop up sideways. Like,
You should see what the Tesla can do. You should. I'll show you afterwards.
well, I've driven one. I love them.
Yeah, but most people don't know what it can do.
In terms of like ludicrous mode. In terms of like driving super fast and irresponsibly on public roads. Is that what you're saying?
Any car can do that.
Yeah. What can it do that that I need to know about?
I mean, Model X can do this like ballet thing to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It's pretty cool.
Where it dances?
Yeah.
Legitimately? Like it moves around to
Yeah.
Whoa!
program that?
Why not? Why the fuck not? What a question! What this question?
Like when you showed up
Why
here,
would
you
you
were
do
all
that?
smiles,
Why
and you
not?
pull out a fucking blowtorch and not a blowtorch. And I'm like, look at
Let's
this
do
dude.
a flamethrower.
Not a flamethrower. Like,
I
he's
want to
having
be clear, it's
fun.
definitely not a flamethrower.
You're having fun.
Of course.
Like this is
Yeah.
like this thing when you program a car to do a ballet dance. You're
It's
having
great.
fun. But how do you have the time to do that? I don't understand. While you're digging holes under the earth, sending rockets into space, and powering
This guy's
people
fun.
in Australia, like how the fuck do you have time to make the car dance ballet?
It's not him personally.
I mean, in that
He's
case-
told somebody to do it.
There were some engineers at Tesla that said, what if we just play dance and play music? I was like, that sounds great.
Let's do it.
Let's try to get it done in time for Christmas. We did.
Is there a concern about someone just losing their mind and making do that on the highway?
No, it won't do that.
What if it's in bumper-to-bumper traffic?
Nope.
No, won't do it.
Nope. It's actually, you have to, it's an Easter egg.
It's an Easter egg.
Yeah, that's why people don't know about it. Including people who have the car.
Well-
It's like, it could do lots of things. Lots of things.
Once Reddit gets a hold of it, everyone's gonna
Oh, you
know
just
that
have, it's, everyone, if you search for it on the internet, you will
can
find
find
out,
it.
but people don't know that they should even search for it.
Oh, well, they do now.
Yeah. There's so many things about the Model X and the Model S and the Model 3 that people don't know about. We should probably do a video or something and explain it.
Interesting.
Because I have close friends of mine and I say, do you know the car can do this? And they're like, nope.
Do you want to do a video of that, or do you like the fact that some people don't know?
No, I think it's probably not. We should tell people.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
That would help your product. I mean, it's not like you don't sell enough of them. You sell almost too many of them, right?
I mean, I think a Tesla is the most fun thing you could possibly buy ever. That's what it's meant to be.
Well,
Our goal is to make it's not exactly a car. It's actually a thing to maximize enjoyment.
Interesting.
Make it maximum fun.
Wow.
okay. Electronic, like big screen, laptop, ridiculous speed, handling, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have?
And we're gonna put video games in it.
Oh, sick.
Because that's wise.
Well,
What kind of
you
video
won't
games?
be able to
Candy Crush?
drive while you're playing the video game. But we're like,
Oh,
for example,
like
we were just putting the Atari emulator, ROM emulator in it. So you'll be able to play Missile Command and
Nice.
Lander and a bunch of other things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Missile Command.
It's pretty
Oh
fun.
man, I
like
remember
that.
that game.
Yeah. And we improved the interface of Missile Command because it was too hard with the old trackball. So this is a touchscreen version of Missile Command.
That's
So you have a
great.
Do you have an old car, don't you? Don't you have like an old Jaguar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's must be another 61 Series 1 E-Type Jaguar.
I love cars.
It's great.
Yeah, I love old cars. That's
The,
one of
the
the
only
things.
the only two gasoline cars I have are that and an old like Ford Model T that a friend of mine gave me. That's the only two.
Oh
gasoline.
yeah.
Is the Ford Model T all stock? Oh, there's your car.
I have the convertible.
That is
Oh
a
wow.
gorgeous car.
Oh, that is a nice car.
God, that's a good
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that yours?
Hey, Insomniac, what's
That is-
going on, buddy?
It's not mine. It's
What's up?
extremely close to mine.
What's up?
But
What's
I
up?
don't
What's
have a friend's
up?
license
What's up?
plate
What's
on
up?
Oh, it's a beautiful car. They nailed
That's-
that.
that-
That
I
mine
is-
still
looks like
haven't.
that.
I still haven't
God,
finished
they
this.
That's what mine looks like. Maybe that is mine.
There's certain iconic shapes.
That video yet?
Yeah.
And there's something about those cars too. They're not as capable, not nearly as capable as like a Tesla, but there's something really satisfying about the mechanical aspect of like feeling the steering and the grinding of the gears and the shifting.
Open the world of music. It's all here.
No thanks. Lol. Gang, guys. Mr. Insomniac is in the
964. It's
house.
like a lightweight. It's not in the RS America. It's not very fast. It's not like in comparison to a Tesla or anything like that. But the thing about it is like it's mechanical. You feel it. Everything's like. It's
Sure.
like it gives you this weird thrill. Like you're on
Yeah.
this clinky ride, and there's all this feedback. There's something to that. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, my E-Type is like basically no electronics.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
you like that, but you also like electronics.
Oh yeah.
Like your Tesla's it's like the far end of
Yeah.
electronics.
yes,
Drives itself.
it's driving itself better every day.
Yeah.
It's like we're about to release the software that will enable you to just turn it on and it'll drive from highway on ramp to highway exit, do lane changes, to overtake other cars, to go
Wow.
from one interchange to the next. If you get on, say, the 405, get off 300 miles later and go through several highway interchanges and just overtake other cars and hook into the nav system. And then,
And you just meditate.
yeah,
Your car's just traveling.
it's kind of eerie. It's kind of eerie.
What did you think when you saw that video of that dude falling asleep behind the wheel?
Ooh.
I'm sure you've seen it. The one in San Francisco. He's like right outside of San Jose. Dude's out cold like this. And the car's in bumper to bumper traffic moving along.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, right?
Yeah, we
Did you say,
changed the
"What have I
software.
done?"
We changed the software. That's like an old video. We changed
Jeez.
software where if you don't touch the wheel, it will gradually slow down and put the emergency lights on and wake you up.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
hilarious.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Can you choose what voice wakes you up?
Well, it's sort of more of a. It sort of honks.
Oh, it honks?
Yeah.
This should be like, wake up, fuckface. You're endangering your fellow humans.
We could gently wake you up with a sultry voice.
Oh, that would be good. Like
There you
something
go.
with a southern accent.
A southern
wake
belle.
up.
Wake up, sunshine.
Hey, sweetie,
Exactly.
why don't you wake
You
up?
you could pick your
Right, like
pick
Siri.
what you want.
Yeah, I choose
Yes.
the Australian girl for Siri.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like her voice.
Do you want it
My
seductive?
favorite. I like
What,
Australian.
what flavor of, do you want it to be angry? Be anything.
You want those Australian prison lady demons.
Oh jeez.
Now, when you program something like that in, is this in response to a concern, or is it your own?
Yeah.
Or do you look at it and go, "Hey, they shouldn't just be able to fall asleep. Let's wake them up."
Yeah, it's like, we're like, well, people just falling asleep. We
Oh,
gotta do
that's
something
cool.
about that.
Right, but when you first released it, you
Harness
didn't
power
consider
to
it,
see,
right?
reducing
Just like, well,
cooldown of your
no one's gonna
Hearthstone
just
by
sleep
40%.
People fall asleep in cars all the time.
All the time.
And crash.
Yeah.
At least our car doesn't
Horrible.
crash. That's better. It's better not to crash. Imagine
Yes.
if that guy had fallen asleep
Flight
in
path.
a gasoline car. They do it all the time.
For sure. Yeah.
And they're crashing somebody.
Yeah.
In fact, the thing that really, got me to, it's like, man, we better get
think that
autopilot
one's
going and
good.
get it out there, was that a guy was in an early Tesla driving down the highway and he fell asleep and he ran over a cyclist and killed him.
Oh,
And
what?
it's like, man, if we had autopilot, we might have fallen asleep, but at least he wouldn't have run over that cyclist.
So how did you implement it? Like, did you just use cameras and
Jeez.
programmed with the system so that if it sees images, it slows down? And how much time do you give? Is the person who's in control of it allowed to program how fast it goes?
Yes. Yeah, you can program it to be more or less a more conservative, like more aggressive driver, and you can say what speed you want it to, what speed is okay.
I know you have
There he
ludicrous
goes.
mode. Do you have douchebag mode?
There you go.
Well,
It just cuts people off.
well, for lane changes it's tricky because if you're in like LA, like unless you're pretty aggressive,
Right.
it's hard to change lanes.
You
Sometimes.
can't. It's hard to be Satnam. It's hard to be Namaste. Out here in LA.
Yeah.
If you want to hit that Santa Monica Boulevard off ramp,
I mean, you got to be a little pushy.
you gotta be a little pushy. Yeah, especially when
freeway.
people are angry. They're a little angry. They don't want you in. They speed up.
Sometimes, I think people like overall are pretty nice on the highway, even in LA, but sometimes they're not.
Do you think the neural net helped that?
Probably.
Everybody be locked in together. This hive mind.
Tunnels will help it when you have traffic.
That'll help a lot.
Yeah.
How many of those can you put in there?
Nice
Put
thing
it in
about
for
tunnels.
everybody?
Nice thing about tunnels is you can go 3D. So you can go
right.
many levels.
Right.
So
Until you hit hell.
yeah. But you could have 100 levels of tunnel, no problem.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to be on 99. I want to be on 99, negative 99 floors. Ooh.
This is one of the fundamental things people don't appreciate about tunnels is that it's not like roads. The fundamental issue with roads is that you have a 2D transport system and a 3D living and workspace environment. So you've got all these tall buildings or concentrated work environments, and then
He's
you want
not
to go into
wrong.
this like 2D transport system, which
Hugely
is
inefficient.
pretty low density because cars are spaced out pretty far. And so that obviously is not going to work. You're going to have traffic guaranteed. But if you can go 3D on your transport system, then you can solve all traffic. You can either go 3D up with a flying car, or go 3D down with tunnels. You can have as many tunnel levels as you want. You can arbitrarily relieve any amount of traffic.
This
You
is
can go
true.
further down with tunnels than you can go up with buildings. You have 10,000 feet down if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but
What was that movie with, what's his face? Bradley Cooper. Not Bradley Cooper. Christian. No. What the fuck's his name? Batman.
like-
Who was Batman?
Here we go.
Christian Bale. Where they fought dragons. Him and
Hey,
Matthew
what's up,
McConaughey.
John D? Happy
Went
birthday,
down deep into the
dude.
earth. How far, deep
I don't
can you
think
go?
that was Batman.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Batman fought dragons.
No, it wasn't
Underground?
Batman. It was
Okay.
Christian Bale. Rain of Fire.
Okay.
You ever saw that?
No.
Terrible.
Okay.
But good.
I
Terrible,
wouldn't
but good at
recommend
the same
drilling
time.
super far down.
Yeah,
like
but you get
Earth
real
is a
deep. It gets
big
hot, right?
molten.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Earth is a giant ball of lava with a thin crust on the top, which we think of as like the surface. This thin crust.
How do I?
And it's mostly just a big ball of lava.
Aw, I can't at
That's
him.
Earth.
Aw, it makes me sad.
10,000 feet is no big deal.
Have you given any consideration
John
whatsoever to
D?
the flat Earth movement?
No.
Haha. That's a troll.
It's not. No, it's not. You would like to think that
Okay.
because you're a super genius.
Haha.
But I, as a normal
His laugh. Oh,
I know the
goodness.
people way dumber than me. And they really, really believe. They watch YouTube videos which go on uninterrupted and spew out a bunch of fucking fake facts very eloquently and articulately. And they really believe. These people really believe.
I mean, if it works for them, sure.
John Day?
Fine,
Lol.
Weird though.
Edit?
Right?
How do I edit
At
my
this
thing?
age,
Oh,
where,
no.
You know, there's ludicrous mode in your car, goes 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60.
2.2.
2.2. Which one's 1.9? The
Oh,
Roadster?
the next generation Roadster standard edition.
Yeah.
That's without.
Standard edition.
Yeah, so it's without the performance package.
What? Performance package?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you need?
We're gonna put rocket thrusters on it.
For real?
Yeah.
What are they gonna burn?
Oh, interesting. Oh, there's
ultra-high
tentacles
pressure,
in the water.
compressed air.
Oh. Just
Gas-
air?
Coal gas thrusters.
Did you have to have air tanks, or are they
Yeah.
just sucking the air out of? Okay.
Yeah, just have an electric pump.
Whoa.
Pump it up to like 10,000 psi.
And how fast are we talking? 0 to 60.
How
Oh,
fast do you wanna go?
shit.
I want to
Oh,
go.
We could make
Jesus
it
Christ.
fly.
I want to go back in time.
Make it fly.
You make it fly.
Sure.
Do you anticipate that as being, when you're talking about the tunnels and then flying cars, do you really think that's going to be real?
It's too noisy, and there's too much airflow. So the fundamental issue with flying cars, I mean, if you get like one of those like toy drones, think of how much
Oh
how
yeah.
loud those are,
Yeah.
and how much air they blow. Now imagine if that's like 1,000 times heavier. It's not going to make your neighbors happy.
Nope.
Your neighbors are not going to be happy if you land a flying car in your backyard.
Yep.
It would be very helicopter-like.
Dude, Hustle
Or on your
Web.
roof, they're just really going to be
Welcome
like,
to the
what
Squirtle Squad,
That
dude.
was annoying.
Yeah.
You can't even.
Welcome.
If you want a flying car, just put some more.
Yeah.
Is there a way around
You're
that?
now
Like,
an
what if they
honorary member
figure
of
out
the
some
Squirtle
sort
Squad.
of
Welcome, welcome.
magnetic technology, like all those Bob Lazar type characters were thinking it was part of the UFO technology they were doing at Area 51. Remember, didn't they have some thoughts about magnetics?
Nope.
No? Bullshit?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, there's a fundamental momentum exchange with the air. So you must you must accelerate. There's a certain you
Interesting.
have a mass and you have gravitational acceleration. And mass times your mass times gravity must equal the mass of
Howdy,
airflow
howdy,
times the acceleration
howdy.
of
Are you
air.
still here,
To have a
Mr.
neutral
Hustle Web?
force.
So
Hustle-
it's impossible
MG equals
to get
MA.
around.
Hustle
And then you
Weeb?
won't move. But if MG is greater
Is
than
Web
MA,
sent for
you will go
WB
down.
sent for Weeb?
And if MA is greater than MG, you will go up.
It doesn't have to.
That's how it works.
There's just no way around it.
There is definitely no way around it.
There's no way to create some sort of a magnetic something or another that allows you to.
Technically, yes. You could have a strong enough magnet. But that magnet would be so strong that you would create a lot of trouble.
We just suck cars up into your car.
Ooh.
Just pick up.
I mean,
Axles and
you'd
shit.
have to repel off of either material on the ground or in a really nutty situation off of Earth's gravitational field, and somehow make that incredibly light. But that magnet would cause so much destruction, you'd be better off with a helicopter.
So if there was some sort of magnet road, like you have two magnets and they repel each other, if you had some sort of a magnet road that was below you and you could travel on that magnet road, that would
Cool.
work.
Ha ha ha. Yes. Yes, you could have a magnet road.
A magnet road. Is that too ridiculous?
No, it would work. You could do
Pretty
that.
ridiculous too, right?
I would not recommend it. I would super not recommend that. Not good, not wise, I think. No, no, no. No, definitely not. Definitely not. That would cause a lot of trouble.
So you put some time and consideration into this, other than instead of like my foolishly rendered thoughts. So you think that tunnels are the way to do it?
Oh, it'll work for sure.
That'll work.
Yes.
And these tunnels that you're building right now, these are basically just like test versions of this ultimate idea that you have.
You know, it's just a hole in the ground.
Right. We played videos of it where
Just a
your
hole in the
idea is
ground.
that you're gonna drop that hole in the ground. There's a sled on it, and the sled goes very fast, like 100 miles an hour plus.
Yeah, you can go real fast. You can
Oh,
go
it's a
fast as you want.
Doge.
And then if you want to go long distances, you can just draw the air out of the tunnel, make sure it's real straight.
Draw the air.
Yeah, to the vacuum tunnel. Because then depending on how fast you want to go, you can use wheels,
Whoa.
or you could use air bearings, depending on the ambient pressure in the tunnel, or you could maglev it if you want to go super
Oh,
fast.
poor Dougie.
So magnet road.
Blood and thunder.
Yes.
Oh.
But underground magnet roads. you don't-
Underground magnet
Yeah,
road.
otherwise you're going to really create a lot of trouble because those metal things.
So magnet road's the way to go, just underground.
If you want to go really fast underground, you would be maglev in a vacuum tunnel.
Mag in a vacuum tunnel.
Magnetic levitation in a vacuum
rocket
tunnel.
launchers.
What?
With rocket launchers.
No, I would not recommend putting any exhaust gas
Oh.
in the tunnel.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. 'Cause
Then you
the
gotta
air
pump
will
it
be
out.
gone. Right, you have to pump it out, and you probably have a limited amount of air in the first place. Like, how much can you breathe? Do you have to pump oxygen into these cubicles?
Kind of. There would
No, you
already
have
have to be.
pressurized pod. It'd be like a little tiny underground spaceship, basically.
Like an airplane.
Basically.
Because you have air in the airplane, it's not getting new air in.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
They have like a little hole?
Yeah, they have a pump.
Really?
Yeah.
So it gets it from the outside?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know.
And it's like the air is airplanes have it easier.
I didn't know this.
Essentially, they're pretty leaky, but so long as the air pump is working at a decent speed, they have backup pumps.
Oh.
So they have like 3 pumps or 4 pumps or something, and then it exhausts through the outflow valve and through whatever seals are not sealing quite right. Usually the door doesn't seal quite right in a plane.
Oh,
There's a bit of
jeez.
leakage around the door.
Rexar? Wow.
But the pumps exceed the outflow rate, and then that sets the pressure in the cabin.
Oh, wow. To thrall?
Now, have you ever
Rexar?
looked at planes
Interesting.
and gone, I can fix this. I just don't have the time. Too
I
busy making
have a design for a plane.
Cool.
You do?
Yeah,
A better design?
I mean, probably I think it is.
Who have you talked to about this?
I've talked to friends,
Friends?
and
I'm your friend.
girlfriends.
You can tell me. What do you got? What's going on?
Well, I mean, the exciting thing to do would be some sort of electric vertical takeoff and landing, supersonic jet or something.
Vertical takeoff and landing, mean no need for a runway. Just shoot up straight in the air and. Ooh. How would you do that? I mean, they do that on some military aircrafts, correct?
Yes. The trick is that you have to transition to level flight, and then the thing that you would use for vertical takeoff and landing is not suitable for high-speed flight.
So you have 2 different systems.
I
Vertical
thought about
takeoff
this
and
quite a
landing
lot.
system.
I've thought about this
Okay.
quite a lot. The interesting thing about an electric plane is that you want to go as high as possible, but you need a certain energy density in the battery pack, because you have to overcome gravitational potential energy. Once you've overcome gravitational potential energy and you're at a high altitude, the energy you use in cruise is very low, and then you can recapture a large part of your gravitational potential energy on the way down. So you really don't need any kind of reserve fuel, because you have the energy of height, gravitational potential energy. This is a lot of energy. So once you can get it high, the way to think about a plane is it's a force balance. So the force balance. So a plane that is not accelerating is a neutral force balance. You have the force of gravity, you have the lift force of the wings, then you've got the force of the.
See, this guy's just figuring out an engineering problem. It's no problem. No problema at all. Let me go get I'm gonna go grab some water. I will be right back. Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. If y'all are here, if not, that's cool. And keep playing.
We have a thrusting device, the propeller or turbine or whatever it is, and you've got the resistance force of the air. Now the higher you go, the lower the air resistance is. Air density drops exponentially, but drag increases with the square. An exponential beats a square. The higher you go, the faster you will go for the same amount of energy. And at a certain altitude, you can go supersonic with less energy per mile, quite a lot less energy per mile than an aircraft at 35,000 feet, because it's just a force band. It makes sense, though.
No, I'm sure it does. Now, when you think about this new idea of designing, I mean, when you have this idea about improving planes, right? Are you going to bring this to somebody? Or you just chuck this
Well, I have a lot on my
around?
plate.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you do what you do now, but if you keep coming up with these, but it's got to be hard to pawn these off on someone else either. Like, hey, go do a good job with this vertical takeoff and landing system that I want to implement to regular planes.
The airplane, electric airplane isn't necessary right now. Electric cars are important.
We need
Solar
some sort
energy
of,
is important. Stationary storage of energy is important. These things are much more important than creating electric supersonic VTOL. Also, planes naturally, you really want that gravitational energy density for an aircraft, and this is improving over time. So,
No, we're just not there
you know,
yet.
it's important that we accelerate the transition to sustainable energy. That's why electric cars matters, whether electric cars happen sooner or later. You know, we're really playing a crazy game here with the atmosphere and the
Yeah.
oceans. We're taking vast amounts of carbon from deep underground and putting this in the atmosphere. This is crazy. We should not do this. It's very dangerous. So we should accelerate the transition to sustainable energy. I mean, the bizarre thing is that obviously we're going to run out of oil in the long term. You know, there's only so much oil we can mine and burn. It's tautological. We must have a sustainable energy transport and energy infrastructure in the long term. So we know that's the end point. We know that. So why run this crazy experiment where we take millions of tons of carbon from underground and put it in the atmosphere and oceans? This is an insane experiment. It's the dumbest experiment in human history. Why are we doing this? It's crazy.
do you think this is a product of momentum? That we started off doing this when it was just a few engines, a few 100 million gallons of fuel over the whole world, not that big of a
No,
deal.
it's too easy.
And slowly but surely over a century,
We just got good at it.
out of control.
It's not
Now
even.
it's not just our fuel, but it's also fossil fuels are involved in so many different electronics, so many different items that people buy. It's just this constant desire for fossil fuels, constant need for oil, without consideration of the sustainability.
The thing is, like oil, coal, gas, it's the easy money. It's easy money. So,
have you heard about clean coal? The president's been tweeting about it. It's got to be real. Clean coal, all caps. Did you see? He used all caps. Clean coal.
well,
The sequestration.
you know, it's very difficult to put that CO2 back in the ground. It doesn't like being in solid form.
Have
It
you
takes a
thought
lot of
about
energy.
something like that? Like some sort of a filter? Giant building-sized filter sucks carbon out of the atmosphere? Is that possible?
No, it doesn't. Not possible.
No?
At the rate that we're putting it out.
No, we're not fucked. I mean, this is quite a complex question.
Right.
You know, we're really just the more carbon we take out of the ground and add to the atmosphere, and a lot of it gets permeated into the oceans, the more dangerous it is. Like, I don't think right now, I think we're okay right now.
Interesting.
We'll probably even add some more.
Wow.
But the momentum towards sustainable energy is too slow. Like there's a vast base of industry, vast transportation system. Like there's 2.5 billion cars and trucks in the world. So and the new car and truck production, if it was 100% electric, that's only about 100 million per year. So it would take, if you could snap your fingers and instantly turn all cars and trucks electric, it would still take 25 years to change the transport base to electric. Makes sense, because how long does a car or truck last before it goes into the junkyard and gets crushed? About 20 to 25 years.
Is there a way to accelerate that process, like some sort of subsidies or some encouragement from the government financially?
Well, the thing that is going on right now is that there's an inherent subsidy in any oil-burning device. Any power plant or car is fundamentally consuming the carbon capacity of the oceans and atmosphere. I'll just say atmosphere for short. So like you can say, like, okay, there's a certain probability of something bad happening past a certain carbon concentration in the atmosphere. And so there's some uncertain number where we put too much carbon in the atmosphere, things overheat, oceans warm up, ice caps melt, ocean real estate becomes a lot less valuable underwater. But it's not clear what that number is, but it's definitely, scientists would all, it's really quite, the scientific consensus is overwhelming. Overwhelming. I mean, I don't know any serious scientists, actually zero, literally zero. We don't think that we will have quite a serious climate risk that we're facing. And so there's fundamentally a subsidy occurring with every fossil fuel burning thing. Power plants, aircraft, car, frankly even rockets. I mean, rockets use they burn fuel. But there's just, with rockets there's just no other way to get to orbit, unfortunately. So it's the only way.
Ooh.
But with cars, there's definitely a better way with electric cars. And to generate the energy, do so with photovoltaics, because we've got a giant thermonuclear reactor in the sky called the sun. It's great. It shows up every day. Very reliable.
Super reliable.
Generate energy from solar panels, stored with batteries, and have energy 24 hours a day. And then you can send it to the poles or near to the north with high voltage lines. Also, the northern parts of the world tend to have a lot of hydropower as well. But anyway, all fossil fuel powered things have an inherent subsidy, which is their consumption of the carbon capacity of the atmosphere.
Whoa.
So people tend to think like, why should electric vehicles have a subsidy? But they're not taking into account that all fossil fuel burning vehicles fundamentally are subsidized by the cost, the environmental cost to Earth. But nobody's paying for it. We are going to pay for it, obviously. In the future, we'll pay for it. It's just not paid for now.
Now, what is the bottleneck in regards to electric cars and trucks and things like that? Is it battery capacity?
Yeah, we've got to scale up production. Got to make the car compelling. Make it better than gasoline or diesel cars.
Make it more efficient in terms of like the distance it can travel.
Yeah, you got to be able to go far enough, recharge fast.
And your Roadster, you're anticipating 600 miles, is that correct?
Yeah.
What is that?
600 miles.
Is that right now? Like, have you driven one 600 miles now?
No, we could totally make one right now that would do 600 miles. But the thing is, it's too expensive. So Like the car's
How
got
much
to.
more so?
Well, you know, just have a 200 kilowatt hour battery pack, and you can go 600 miles. As
Right,
long as
versus
you're
what do you have now?
330. That's plenty for
330
most
mile range.
people.
What is that in terms of kilowatts?
Well, that would be for Model S 100 kilowatt hour pack. We'll do about 330 miles, maybe 335. But some people have hypermiled it to 500 miles.
Hypermiled it? What does
Yeah,
it
I
mean?
just like go on.
45 miles an hour or something?
Yeah, they're like 30 miles an hour. So it's like on level ground with, you know, pump the tires up really well and go on a smooth surface, and you can go for a long time. But you can like definitely probably do 300 miles.
Is there
This is
any-
fine for most people. Usually 200 or 250 miles is fine. 300 miles is, you don't even think about it really.
Is there any possibility that you could use solar power, that solar powered one day, especially in Los Angeles?
Ooh.
I mean, as you said about that giant nuclear reactor, a million times bigger than Earth, just floating in the sky. Is it possible that one day you'll be able to just power all these cars just on solar power? I mean, we don't ever have cloudy days. If we do, there's 3 of them.
Well, the surface area of a car is, without making the car like really blocky, or having some,
Like a G-Wagon.
yeah, like, and just like having a lot of surface area where like maybe like solar panels fold out or something.
Like your E-Class. That's what we needed.
The E-Type?
Yeah, the Jaguar E-Type with a giant long hood. That could be a giant solar panel.
Well, at the beginning of Tesla, I did want to have this like unfolding solar panel thing. That you'd press a button and it would just like unfold these solar panels and like recharge your car in the parking lot.
Ah.
Yeah, we could do that, but I think it's probably better to just put that on your roof.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna just be facing the sun all the time. Because like
What car
otherwise
had
your
that
car
on
could be
the
in the
roof?
shade, you know, it could be in the shade, it could be in a garage or something like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Didn't a Fisker have that on the roof? A Fisker Karma, new generation for, I believe it was only for the radio. Is
Interesting.
that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could like recharge like 2 miles a day or something.
Did you laugh when they started blowing up when they got hit with water? Do you remember what happened?
They got the what?
Yeah, when they had a dealership
Oh, yeah.
the Fisker Karmas were parked.
Was that like that with a flood in Jersey?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
When the hurricane came in, they got overwhelmed with water and they all started exploding.
Oh,
There's
jeez.
fucking great video of it. Did you watch the video?
I didn't watch the video, but I did see.
if I
I
was
saw a
you,
picture of the
I'd
asphalt
be
aftermath.
naked, lubed up. Watch that video, laugh my ass off. They all blew up. They got wet and they blew up. That's not good.
Yeah, we made our battery waterproof so that doesn't happen.
Smart
Actually,
move.
yeah, there was a guy in Kazakhstan that.
Oh no.
I think it was Kazakhstan
Oh
that
no.
he just boated through a tunnel, underwater tunnel, like a flooded tunnel, and just turned the wheels to steer and pressed the accelerator, and it just floated through the tunnel, and he
Wow.
steered around the other cars. You're like,
That's amazing.
it's on the internet.
What happens if your car gets a little sideways, like if you're driving in snow? Like what if you're driving, if your autopilot is on and you're in like Denver and it snows out and your car gets a little sideways? Does it correct itself? Does it
Oh
know
yeah,
how
it's got great traction control.
But does it know how to like correct? Do you know how like
Oh,
when
yeah.
your ass end kicks
Sure.
out, you know how to counter steer?
Oh yeah, no, it's really good.
It knows how to do it?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So like if you're going sideways, it knows how to correct itself?
It generally won't go sideways.
It won't.
No,
Why not?
it will correct itself before it goes sideways.
Even in black ice?
Yeah, there's videos where you can see the car, the
That
traction,
alone.
traction control system is very good. It makes you feel like Superman. It's great. You like feel like you can like it will make you feel like this incredible driver.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Now how do you program that?
We do our testing on like an ice lake in Sweden.
Oh
really?
shit.
Yeah, and like Norway and Canada and a few other places.
Porsche does a lot of that too.
New Zealand as well.
They do a lot of they do some of their driver training school on these frozen surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just, the car's going sideways whether you like it or not, and you have to learn how to slide into corners and how to
Yeah.
adjust.
But, well,
Let's go do some
electric cars have
PvP,
really great
guys.
traction control because the reaction time is so fast.
Right.
Let's go
So
do
the-
some
For the
PvP,
gasoline
guys.
car, you've got a lot of latency. It takes a while for the the engine to react. But for electric motors,
It's probably gonna go really bad.
Precise. That's why, like, you can imagine, like, if you had like a printer or something, you wouldn't have a gasoline engine printer. That would be pretty weird. Or like a surgical device. It's going to be an electric motor on the surgical device and the printer. Gasoline engine's going to be just chugging away. It's not going to have the reaction time. But to an electric motor, it's operating at the millisecond level. So it can turn on and off traction within like inches of getting on it. Like let's say you drive a patch of ice, it'll turn traction off and then turn it on a couple inches right after the ice, like a little patch of ice. Because in the frame of the electric motor, you're moving incredibly slowly. You're like a snail. You're a snail. You're just moving so slowly because it can see at 1,000 frames a second. And so it's like, say, one Mississippi, it just thought about things 1,000 times.
So it's realized that your wheels are not getting traction. It understands there's some slippery surface that you're driving on.
Yes.
And it makes adjustments in real time.
Yes. In milliseconds.
That'd be so much safer than a regular car.
Yeah. It is.
Just that alone, for loved ones, you'd want them to be driving your car.
Yes.
I'm on board. Fuck motors, dude. Fuck regular motors.
The S, X, and 3 have the lowest probability of injury of any cars ever tested by the U.S. government. Yeah, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty crazy. Like people still sue us. Like they'll have like some accident at 60 miles an hour where they've like twisted an ankle, and they sue. Like they'll be dead in another car. They still sue us.
But that's to be expected, isn't it?
It is to be expected.
Do you take that into account with like the same sort of fatalistic, undertones? Just sort of just go, you gotta just let it go. This is what people do.
I tell you,
This is what it is.
I have a lot of respect for the justice system. Judges are very smart, and so far I've found judges to be very good at justice, because and juries are good too. Like they're actually quite good. People. You read about like occasional errors in the justice system. Let me tell you, most of the time it was very good. And like the guy I mentioned that who fell asleep in the car and he rode over a cyclist, and that was what encouraged me to get autopilot out as soon as possible. That guy sued us.
He sued you for falling asleep.
Yes, I'm not going to blame him on the new car smell.
What? What?
Yes.
He blamed him falling asleep on your new car smell. There's a lawyer.
This is a real thing that happened.
Somewhere there's a lawyer that thought that through in front of his laptop before he wrote that up.
Yes, he got a lawyer and he sued us, and the judge was like, this is crazy, stop bothering me. No.
Thank God.
Yes.
Thank God. Thank God there's a judge out there with a brain.
I tell you, judges are very good.
Some of them. What about that judge that sent those boys up the river in Pennsylvania who was selling those kids out? You know about that story?
Nope.
Yeah, judge was selling young boys to prisons. He was literally under bribes for. He was.
Oh jeez.
Was this an elected judge or like sometimes you have a judge that's like actually a politician?
No, he's an elected judge. This is a very famous story.
Okay.
He's in jail right now, I think, for the rest of his life. And he put away. He would take like a young boy would do something like steal something from a store, and he would put him in detention for 5 years, something ridiculously egregious. And they investigated his history, and they found out he was literally being paid off. Was it by private prisons? Is that what the deal was? There was some sort of but anyway, this judge is 2 judges? 2 judges, kids for cash.
Yeah.
And who was paying them? Someone, it was proven to the point where they're in jail now, that someone was paying them to put more asses in the seats in these private prisons. $1 million payment.
I do think it's this private
Some
prisons
judges.
thing is creating a bad incentive.
Start. Right.
Yes. But, I mean, that judge is in prison. Yes. But for people who think perhaps the justice system consists entirely of judges like that, I want to assure you this is not the case. The vast majority of judges are very good.
I agree.
And they care about justice, and they could have made a lot more money if they wanted to be a trial lawyer. And instead, they cared about justice, and they made less money because they care about justice. And that's why they're judges.
I feel that same way about police officers. I
Yes.
feel like there's so many interactions with so many different
Yes.
people with police officers that the very few that stand out that are horrific, we tend to.
Hey,
look at
Mud
that
Flat
like
Boy,
this is
what's
evidence
going
that
on,
police are all
buddy?
corrupt, and I think that's crazy.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
Most police are very honest.
Yes. Have an insanely
Military personnel that I know are
Yes.
very honorable, ethical people,
Yes.
and much more honorable, ethical than the average person. That's
I
my
agree.
impression.
That's my
Hi.
impression as well.
Hi.
And that's not to suggest
What
that
happened?
we
Something
be
happened.
complacent and assume everyone's honest and ethical. And obviously, if somebody is given a trusted
Hey,
place
Julian.
in society, such as being a police officer or a judge, and they
Oh,
are
dude,
corrupt,
I had
then we must
gotten,
be extra vigilant against such situations.
How many of these did I get?
And take action. But we should not think
Like
that this is
4
somehow
total?
broadly
And that's like really
prescriptive
low
of
for a lot of people. And how many they got?
I think there's also
during
an
that
issue
event.
with one
I
of
was
the
pretty
things
sad
that
about
happens
it.
with police officers, prosecutors,
Sup,
and
Julian?
anyone
What's going
that's trying to
on,
convict
buddy?
someone or arrest someone is that it becomes a game. And in games, people want to win.
Yes.
And sometimes people cheat.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, if you're a prosecutor, you should not always want to win. There are times when you should okay, I should not want to win this case, and then pass on that case. Sometimes people want to win too much. That is true. I think also it becomes tough if you're like
Here we
a district attorney.
go. Hey guys, hi, howdy. Is somebody?
Your view of the world can
Let's
get
see here.
Yeah.
have a negative.
Did I get hosted today?
Have a negative view of the
No,
world because,
not yet. But I got 5
just
people watching me.
interacting with a lot of criminals.
Hey guys.
But actually, most of society is not consistent.
Right.
And how did you have those conversations? And then several years ago with District Attorney, I was like, man, it must sometimes seem pretty dark because man, there's some terrible human beings out there.
Yeah.
And he was like, yep. And he was like dealing with some case which consisted of a couple of old ladies that would run people over somehow.
Right?
for
Isn't it
insurance money.
cool?
It was rough. Like, wow, that's pretty rough.
I like it.
It's hard to maintain faith in humanity if you're a district attorney, but it's only a few percent of society that
Cool,
are
man.
actually
Thanks,
bad,
Mud
and
Flat
then if you go
Boy.
to the
How many did you
worst,
get, by the way?
0.1%
If you wanted to
of
answer.
society, or the
If not, that's cool.
worst
Have a good night, man.
1,000 to 1 in a million. Like how bad is the millionth worst
Dropping
person
by.
in the United States?
Cool,
Pretty
buddy.
damn bad. Like damn even. Like
Yeah.
the millionth, or 1 in a million of evil.
14? Oh,
So evil,
jeez.
people cannot even conceive.
Wow.
But there's 330 million people in the United States, so that's 330.
Well, what happened?
I think
Oh,
Vivo
no.
for a unique service.
Commercials. Poop. How dare they? How dare they get in front of me? Nice. 14 though, that's a lot. You must have gotten, geez, did you get 7 each day? 7 on any day is like a good day. I really got pooped on those 2 days. I got like maybe 3 one day and then like 1 the second day. It was bad. My fiance got sorry. Ooh, I got a banana. 8. She got 8 total. So that's pretty cool. Let me ride away. You went to wait a minute, 5 different parks. How did that? Oh, okay. Jeez. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Man, that's a long commercial. Let's go ahead and skip ad. There we go.
Out there somewhere. But by the same token, there's also 330 people who are incredible angels and unbelievably good human beings.
Yeah.
On the other side.
But because of our fear of danger, our thoughts tend to gravitate towards the worst case scenario.
Yes.
And we want to frame that. And it's one of the real problems with prejudice. We want, whether it's prejudice towards different minorities or prejudice towards police officers or anything. It's like we want to look at the worst case scenario and say, this is
true.
Of what this is all about.
We don't give each other a break.
Even with people, how they frame genders. Some men frame women like that. They get ripped off by a few women and they decide all women are evil. Some women get fucked over by a few men, all men are shit. And this is very toxic. And it's also a very unbalanced way of viewing the world, and it's very emotionally based, and it's based on your own experience, your own anecdotal experience. And it can be very influential to the people around you, and it's a dangerous way, it's a dangerous thought process and pattern to promote.
It is a very dangerous pattern. I really think, people should give other people the benefit of the doubt and assume that they're good until proven otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think really most people are actually pretty good people. Nobody's perfect.
They have to be. If you think of the vast numbers of us that are just interacting with each other constantly, we have to be better than we think we are.
Yes,
there's no other way.
I mean, here are these weapons, but how many times, nobody's presumably tried to murder you and you're
nobody
on the street?
yet.
Yes, nobody's. That's right. The sword's right there.
That's kind of an interesting.
Exactly. Not a flamethrower. Now we got a real problem. I'm gonna put it on that side too. I'm gonna leave it for the guests.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man, if I say something that fucked up, it's right there.
We're liven things up for sure. Guaranteed to make any party better.
Yeah. Well, that's the armed civilization theory, right? That an armed community is a safe and polite community. You ever go to Texas? It's kind of true.
Yeah, I mean,
people in Texas are super polite. Everyone's got a gun.
Yes. Don't make somebody angry.
Yeah.
Don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not a good move.
Yeah.
Piss people off. Like everybody can have a gun.
Yeah.
Better off to just let that guy get in your lane.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a big test site in Central Texas near Waco.
Oh, beautiful.
SpaceX in McGregor. It's about 15 minutes away from Waco.
That's close to where Ted Nugent lives.
It
Shout
is?
out to Ted Nugent.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have lots of fire and loud explosions and things. And people, they're cool with it.
They don't give a fuck out there.
They're very supportive.
Yeah, you can buy fireworks where your kids go to school.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, but it's free.
It's free.
There's something about Texas that's very enticing because of that. It is dangerous, but it's also free.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like Texas.
Well, I prefer it over places that are more restrictive but more liberal, because you could always be liberal. Like, just because things are free and just because you have a certain amount of right-wing type characters, it doesn't mean you have to be that way.
No.
And honestly, there's a lot of those people that are pretty fucking open-minded and let you do whatever you want to do. As long as you don't bother them.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
That's my hope right now with the way we're able to communicate with each other today and how radically different it is than generations past, is that we all the dust settles. We all realize, like what you were saying, that most people are good.
Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Yes. I think you should give people the benefit of the doubt, for sure.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know what could help that? Mushrooms.
They're delicious.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're good for you, too.
Yeah.
All of them. All kinds of them.
Uh-oh, here we go.
What do you
This is the
see
bit that I was waiting
in
for.
terms of, like, when you think about the future of your companies, what do you see as, like, bottlenecks?
Sure.
What do you see in terms of, like, bottlenecks of things that are holding back innovation? Is it regulatory commissions and people that don't understand the technology that are influencing policy? Like, what could potentially be holding you guys back? Is there anything that you would change?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, I wish politicians were better at science. That would help a lot.
That's a problem.
Yes,
There's no incentive for them to be good at science.
there isn't. Actually, you know, they're pretty good at science in China, I have to say. Yeah, the mayor of Beijing is, I believe, an environmental engineering degree, and the deputy mayor is a physics degree. I met them. And the mayor of Shanghai is really smart. And
You're up on technology. What do you think about this government policy of stopping use of Huawei phones? And there's something about
It makes sense. Those
worry
make
about
sense.
spying. I mean, from what I understand from real tech people, they think it's horseshit.
oh,
I only have 40.
Phones,
I don't know.
Like the government say, don't buy
22,000.
Huawei phones. Is that? Are you up on that at all? No.
Oh,
Should we
120.
just abandon this idea?
Well, I mean, I think, like, I guess if you have like top secret stuff, then you want to be pretty careful about what hardware you use. But you know, like most people do not have top secret stuff.
Right.
And like nobody really cares what porn you watch. You know,
Right.
like or
Yeah.
it's like nobody actually cares. You know. So.
And if they do, that's kind of on them.
But
really
it's just
care-
like
yeah.
like national spy agencies do not care. Do not give a rat's ass what
Right.
porn you watch.
Lol.
They do not care. So, like, what secrets does a national spy agency have to learn from the average citizen? Probably nothing.
Well, that's the argument against the narrative. And the argument by a lot of these tech people is that the real concern is that these companies like Huawei are innovating at a radical pace, and they're trying to stop them from integrating into our culture and letting this. Right now, they're the #2 cell phone manufacturer in the world.
Okay.
Samsung's #1, Huawei is #2, Apple is now #3. They surpassed Apple as #2. And the idea is that this is all taking place without them having any foothold whatsoever in America. There's no carriers that have their phones. You have to buy their phones unlocked through some sort of third party, and then put.
Okay.
So, and the worry is, you know, that these are somehow or another controlled by the Chinese government. The communist Chinese government
shoot.
is going to distribute these phones. And I don't know if it's the worry is economic influence, that they'll have too much power. I don't know what it is. Are you paying attention to any of this?
Not really.
No?
I don't think we should worry too much about Huawei phones. You know, maybe, you know, our national security agencies shouldn't have Huawei phones. Maybe that's a question mark. But I think for the average citizen, this doesn't matter. Like, they're not pretty sure the Chinese government does not care about the goings on of.
Is there a time where you think that there will be no security, where it will be impossible to hold back information, that whatever bottleneck we'll let go, we're gonna give in, that whatever bottleneck between privacy and ultimate innovation will have to be bridged in order for us to achieve the next level of technological proficiency, that we're just going to abandon it, and there'll be no security, no privacy.
Do people want privacy? Because they seem to put everything on the internet.
Well, right now
practically.
they're confused. But when you're talking about your Neuralink and this idea that one day we are going to be able to share information, and we're going to be some sort of a thing that's symbiotically connected.
Yeah, I think we really need to worry about security in that situation.
And when,
for sure, that's like a security requirement.
Sure.
Yeah.
But also, what we will be is we'll be so much different. Our concerns about money, about status, about, well, all these things will seemingly go by the wayside if we really become enlightened. If we really become artificially enlightened by some sort of an AI interface where we have this symbiotic relationship with some new internet type connection to information. What happens then? What is important, what is not important? Is privacy important when we're all gods?
I mean, I think the things that we think are important to keep private right now,
Right.
we probably will not think are important.
Shame, right? Information, right? What are you hiding? Emotions? What are we hiding?
I mean, I think, like, I don't know, it's like embarrassing stuff.
Right. Embarrassing stuff.
But there's actually, like, I think there's like not that much that's kept private that is actually relevant.
Right.
That other people actually care about. We think other people care about it, but they don't really care about it, and certainly governments don't.
Well, some people care about it, but then it gets weird when it gets exposed. Like Jennifer Lawrence, when all
snap.
those naked pictures of her got exposed. Like, I think in some ways people liked her more. They realize, like, oh, she's just a person, just a girl who likes sex and is just alive and has a boyfriend and sends him messages, and now you get to look into it. You probably shouldn't have. And somebody let it go, and they put it online, and all right.
She seems to be doing okay.
She's a person. She's just you and me. It's the same thing. She's just in some weird place where she's on a 35-foot tall screen with music playing every time she talks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's talking about it.
No,
She's not happy about it, but she's clearly doing fine.
But once this interface is fully realized, what we really do becomes something far more powerful in terms of our cognitive ability, our ability to understand irrational thoughts and mitigate them, and that we're all connected in some sort of an insane way. What I mean, what are our thoughts on wealth? Our thoughts on social status? Like, how many of those just evaporate in our need for privacy? Maybe our need for privacy will be the ultimate bottleneck that we'll have to surpass.
Probably.
I think the things that we think are important now will probably not be important in the future. But there will be things that are important.
What would be more
different
important?
things? There might be some war of ideas, potentially. I don't think Darwin's going away.
Right.
Darwin's going to be there. Darwin will be there forever.
Forever. Yeah.
It would just be a different arena. Different arena.
A digital arena.
Different arena. Darwin's not going away.
What keeps you up at night?
AI.
Well, it's quite hard to run companies.
Yeah.
Especially car companies, I would say. It's quite challenging.
Car business is the hardest one of all the things you do?
Yes.
Because it's consumer oriented?
No, because it's a public company. That's why.
Not that SpaceX is no walk in the park. But a car company, it's very difficult to keep a car company alive. It's very difficult. You know, there's only 2 car companies in the history of American car companies that haven't gone bankrupt, and that's Ford and Tesla.
Yeah, Ford rode out that crazy storm, huh? They're the only ones.
By the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, by the skin of their teeth. That is interesting, right?
Same with Tesla. We barely survived.
How close did you get to folding?
Very close. 2008 is not a good time to be a car company, especially a startup car company, especially an electric car company. It was like stupidity squared.
This is when you had those cool roadsters with the T-top, with the target top?
Yeah, we had like use a highly modified Elise chassis. The body was all completely different. By the way, that was a super dumb strategy that we actually did.
Why was it dumb?
Based on 2 false premises. One false premise was that we'd be able to cheaply convert the Lotus Elise and use that as a car platform, and that we would be able to use technology from this little company called AC Propulsion for the electric drivetrain battery. Problem is, the AC Propulsion technology did not work in production, and we ended up using none of it in the long term. None of it. We had to redesign everything. And then once you add a battery pack and an electric motor to a car, it got heavier, 30% heavier. We validated the entire structure, all the crash structure, everything had to be redone. Nothing, like, I think it had less than 7% of the parts were common with any other device, including cars or anything.
7%?
Yes.
Everything. Including tires and wheels, bolts, brakes.
Yeah, even
steering wheel.
The steering wheel was, I think the steering wheel was almost the same.
Wow.
The windscreen. Windscreen. No, I think the windscreen was the same. Yes, I think you were able to keep the
Less than
windscreen.
7%. So that's basically
Every body panel was different. The entire structure was different. We couldn't use the HVAC system, the air conditioner. It was a belt-driven air conditioner. So now we needed something that was electrically driven. We needed a new AC compressor.
And all that takes away from the battery life as well, right?
Yeah, we needed a small, highly efficient air conditioning system that fit in a tiny car and was electrically powered, not belt-driven. It was very difficult.
How much did those weigh? Those cars? The Roadster?
I think it was about 2,700 pounds.
It's still very light.
2650 to 2750 pounds, something like that.
Yay, we
And
did it.
What was the weight
Cool.
distribution?
It was about 50.
Better.
Well, there were different versions of the car.
Let's see here.
So it's about 55 on the rear. It was
That's
rear,
not
rear,
bad.
rear bias.
Right, but not bad. Like considering like a 911, which is like one of the most popular sports cars of all time, heavy rear end bias.
Cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, the 911. I think the joke is like they managed to do it despite Newton not being on their side.
Yeah.
If you're fighting Newton, it's very difficult.
Well,
It's like you've got this. The moments of inertia on a 911 don't make any sense.
they do once you understand them. Once you understand,
You don't want to
how-
hang the engine off the
Right.
ass. This is not a wise move.
You don't want to let up on the gas when you're in a corner.
The problem with something that's where the engine is mounted over the rear axle or off the rear axle towards the rear is that your pull moment of inertia is fundamentally screwed. You cannot solve this. It's unsolvable. You're screwed. Pull moment of inertia is you're screwed.
Right.
Like essentially, if you spun the car like a top, that's your pull moment of inertia. You're just. I promise they wouldn't swear on this show, by the way.
Really? To who?
So it's my friend.
Tell that friend to go fuck. Who told you not to swear?
My friend.
That's not a good friend.
Yes.
That
Only I
friend
would
needs
swear.
to realize you're fucking Elon Musk. Do whatever you want, man. If you ever get confused, call me.
I'll swear in private. Swear up a storm.
Just say frickin'. It's a fun way. There's like old house moms. Wives and shit that have children. Oh, this frickin' thing.
Yeah. But anyway, like the Porsche, it's kind of incredible how well Porsche handles, given that it's the physics,
Yes.
the moments of inertia are so messed up. To actually still make it work well is incredible.
Well, if you know how to turn into the corner, once you get used to the feeling of it, there's actual benefits to it. You know, there are some benefits.
I enjoy. The car I had before Tesla was a 911.
Oh, okay.
That was
997 or 6?
yeah,
997.
yeah.
Yeah. Great car, man.
Yeah, I mean, particularly with the Porsche Turbo when they had the variable vanes, the turbo, and you didn't have the turbo lag, that was great.
Yeah.
That was really great. The turbo lag was like, you know, you floor it, like phone home, call your mom.
The older ones,
Like,
right?
about an hour later, the car accelerates.
And super dangerous, too, because then the real wheels start spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something fun about it, though, like feeling that rear weight kicking
Oh, wait a
around.
minute. I might.
You know, and again,
No, it's
Oh,
great.
I went too
It's a good
far.
feel to it.
Yeah.
I went too
agreed.
far.
That's what I was talking about earlier about that little car that I have, the 93 911. It's just it's
They're
not
too
fast.
high. They're too strong,
It's not
guys.
the
They're
best
too
handling
strong.
car, but it's more satisfying than any other car I
Way.
have because it's so mechanical. It's like everything about it, like crackles
Whoops.
and bumps, and it gives you all this feedback. And I take it to the comedy store because when I get there, I feel like my brain is just popping and it's on fire. It's like a strategy for me now that I really stopped driving other cars there. I drive that car there just for the brain juice, just for the interaction.
I mean, you should try Model S P100D.
I'll try
It'll blow
it.
your mind out of
Okay.
your skull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what to order. I'll order it.
Model S P100D.
Okay. Jamie,
That's
write it down.
that's the car that I drive.
Okay. Okay, I'll get with the car you drive. Okay.
It will blow your mind
How
out of
far
your
can
skull.
I drive? I believe you. How
Yeah.
far can I drive? How far
About
can
300
I go?
miles.
That's good. For LA regular days. that's
You'll
good.
never notice the battery.
Never.
Never.
How hard is it to get like one of them crazy plugs installed in your house? Is that difficult?
No, it's super easy. It's like, yeah,
Didn't
it's
you-
like a dryer plug. It's like a dryer outlet.
Didn't you come up with some crazy tiles for your roof that are solar paneled?
Yeah, I have it on my roof right now, actually. Just trying it out. It's like the thing. It takes a while to like test roof stuff because roofs have to last a long time.
Right.
So like you want your roof to last like
Could
30
you put it
years.
over a regular roof?
Now, so there's two versions. There's like the solar panels you put on a roof. So like depends on whether your roof's new or old. So if your roof's new, you don't want to replace the roof. You want to put like solar panels on the roof.
Right.
So that's like retrofit, you know. And then we're trying to make the retrofit panels look real nice. But then the new product we're coming out with is if you have a roof that's either you're building a house or you're going to replace your roof anyway, then make the tiles have solar cells embedded in the tiles. And then it's quite a tricky thing because you want to not see the solar cell behind the glass tile. So you have to really work with the glass and the various coatings and layers so that you don't see the solar cell behind the glass. Otherwise, it doesn't look right.
Right.
So it's really tricky.
There it is. Jamie put it up there.
Yeah.
Damn, that looks good.
See,
Is there a
see, like if you look closely, you can see if you zoom in, like you can see the cell.
Mm-hmm.
But if you zoom out, you don't see the cell.
Right. Well, it looks cool
See?
though.
Like
yeah.
that's hard.
Invisible solar
That's really
cells.
hard because you have to have sunlight go through.
Right.
But when it gets reflected back out, it doesn't. It hides the fact that there's a cell there.
Now, are those available
Interesting.
to the consumer right now?
Well, we have.
Are those on that roof right there?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
That one's hard.
Oh, so you get that kind of
Interesting.
fake Spanish-looking thing. I like
That's
that.
French slate.
That's white people in Connecticut smoking pipes. Look at that one.
Yeah.
Lol.
That's badass, dude. So
Those
now,
will actually work.
I believe you.
Mm.
So the solar panels that are on that house that we just looked at, is that sufficient to power the entire home?
It depends on your energy, on how efficient.
Expenditure?
Yeah. So, generally, yes. I would say it's probably for most. It's going to vary, but anywhere from more than you need to maybe half.
What is that?
Half to 1.5 of the energy that you need, depending on how much roof you have relative to living space.
And how ridiculous you are with the TV.
TV is no problem. Air
Blenders?
conditioning is the problem. If you have an efficient air conditioner, and you don't, and depending on how, like, are you air conditioning rooms when they don't need to be air conditioned, which is very common because it's a pain in the neck. You know, it's like programming a VCR. It's like,
Right.
you know, it's just the blinking 12. So people just like, the hell with that. I'm just gonna make it this temperature all day long.
Right. They don't have a smart home where if you're in the room, then it stays cool, right?
Yeah, it should predict when you're going to be home, and then cool the rooms that you're likely to use with a little bit of intelligence. We're not talking about like genius home here. We're just talking like elementary, basic stuff.
Right.
You know, like if you could hook that into the car, it knows you're coming home. Like there's no point in cooling the home, keeping the home really cool when you're not there.
Right.
But it can tell that you're coming home. It's going to cool it to the right temperature right
Do you
when
have
you
an
get
app
there.
that works with your solar panels or anything like that?
Yeah, we do.
And
But we need to hook it into
Hey
air
Terry,
conditioning
what's
to really make the air
up,
conditioning.
buddy?
have you thought about creating an air conditioning system? I know you have. Trick question.
I don't answer questions about future potential
Okay,
bugs.
let's just let it go and move on to the next thing.
That would be an interesting idea.
Yeah, I would say. Radiant heating, all that. Good ideas. Now, when you think about the efficiency of these homes and you think about implementing solar power and battery power, and is there
Cool.
anything else
Thanks,
that
man.
people are missing?
How are
Is there
you
any other,
doing,
like,
buddy?
I just saw a smartwatch that is powered by the heat of the human body. And some new technology.
It's able to fully power that way?
I don't know if it's
Okay.
fully or if it's like this watch right here. This is a Casio.
Okay.
It's called a ProTech, and it's in like an outdoors watch, and it's solar powered.
Okay.
And so it has the ability to operate for a certain amount of time on solar.
Yeah.
So if you have it exposed, it can function for a
They
certain
didn't do
amount
the
of time on
thing.
solar.
I'm
Yeah, well,
upset about it.
like there's the self-winding watches where you know it's just got a weight in the watch, and as you move your wrist, the weight moves from one side to the other, and it winds the watch up. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's amazing that like Rolex is that it's all done mechanically. There's no batteries in there. There's no nothing.
Yeah, you could do the same thing and create a little charger based on.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
It really depends on how much energy your watch uses.
You know what's fucked up about that though? We accept a certain amount of like fuckery with those watches. Like I brought my watch. I have a Rolex that my friend Lorenzo gave me, and I brought it to the watch store, and I said, "This thing's always fast." I said, "It's always like after a couple months, it's like 5 minutes fast." And they go, "Yep." They go, "Yeah,
really?
It's just what it does."
Okay.
And I go, "Hold on."
Let's try this
I
one.
go, "So you're telling me that it just is always going to be fast?" They're like, "Yeah, it's just like every few months you got to like reset it."
Seems like they should recalibrate that thing.
They can't. They tried. They say every few months, whether it's 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, it's going to be a couple minutes fast.
Okay, it seems like they should really recalibrate that, because if it's always fast, you could just delete those.
Oh, that sucks.
You need to fucking kick down the door at Rolex. You go, "You bitches are lazy."
It's kind of amazing that you can keep time mechanically on a wristwatch with these tiny little gears.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole luxury watch market is
Oh
fascinating.
yeah.
I'm
a little
not
crazy.
that involved in terms of, like, I don't buy them. I bought them as gifts, so I don't buy them for myself. But when I look at them online, there's $1 million watches out there now that are like, they have like little rotating moons and stars, and they live like, look at this thing. How much is that one, Jamie? These are fucking preposterous.
I like gears.
I love them.
I think they're beautiful.
But there's some of these people that are just taking it right in the ass. They're buying these watches for like $750,000. I'm like, yo, that's a Timex, son. Nobody knows. It's not any better than some Casio that you could just buy online. Like, look at that, though. Well, here's the thing.
Well, you've got jewels and gold and platinum and titanium and.
You want to know the time. You want craftsmanship. You want some artisan's touch. You want innovation in terms of like a person figuring out how gears and cogs all line up perfectly to every time it turns over, it's basically a second. I mean, that's just, there's art to that.
I agree.
Yeah, it's not just telling time. I like this watch a lot, but if you got hit by a rock, what means that?
Yeah.
It's just a watch. It's a mass-produced thing that runs on some quartz battery. But those things,
This guy's pretty funny.
there's art to that.
No, I agree. It's beautiful.
Yeah. There's something,
I used to be able to take apart
amazing
Xboxes.
because it represents the human creativity. It's not just.
But not this Xbox One.
It's not just.
Not the Xbox Ones. The Xbox 360s I used to be able to take apart.
It's a person working.
Yeah.
Because I used to be able to correct a little bit the red ring of death.
I used to have a watch.
What happened?
My phone tells the time. So
Good point. What if you lose your phone? Wait, hold on.
True.
Let me guess. You are a no-case guy.
that's correct.
Oh.
Living on the edge. Living on the edge without a case.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was in here last week. I marveled at his ability to get through life without a case.
That's right.
You know, he takes his phone and he flips it in between his fingers, like a soldier would do with his rifle.
Really?
He just rolls that shit in between his fingers.
Okay.
Marvelous.
Wow.
He says that's the reason why they do it. He said, when you look at someone who has a rifle, why would they do that? Why would they flip it around like that?
Right.
So that when it goes to drop, they have it. They catch it quickly. So that's what he does with his phone. He's just flipping his phone around. I was hoping it holds joints.
Does it do anything? It seems to
No,
open.
it just
As a whole.
It's just a
Good storage. Store
Yeah.
things in there.
But like,
It's funny.
try to put a joint in and close it. You put like one blind. But it seems pretentious, you know? That's the idea. I bought it when I was in Mexico
Ooh.
because I figured it would be a good
Ooh.
size.
Ooh. Shiny. Alright, let's see here. Where do I want to go? Oh,
Is that a
snap.
joint? Or is it a cigar?
No,
Okay.
it's marijuana
Sweet.
inside of tobacco.
Oh.
Okay. So it's like posh tobacco
Yeah.
pods.
You never had that?
Yeah, I think I tried one once.
Probably can't because it's stuck.
I mean, it's legal, right?
Totally.
Okay.
How does that work? Do people get upset at you if you do certain things? It's tobacco and marijuana. That's all it is.
There he goes. There he goes.
The combination of tobacco and
That's the
marijuana is
face.
wonderful.
Oh
First turned on by Charlie Murphy,
okay,
and
hold on.
reignited by Dave
We're taking a
Chappelle.
break here. Hold on. I don't want to see that face again. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe I should, only because you know what? I'm not gonna. We're just gonna replay it, but I'm
It's
not gonna
any
zoom
better
in.
than
I'm
some
not gonna zoom
Casio
in.
that you could just
I'm just gonna
buy
let it
online.
play.
Like, look at that
I'm
stuff.
just gonna let it
Here's
play.
the thing. If
Let's
you're
just
a
keep
person
going.
that doesn't just want to know the time, you want craftsmanship, you want some artisan's touch, you want innovation in terms of like a person figuring out how gears
Hold on.
and
Where is
cogs.
it? Where is
You
it?
make a lot of money. There's a lot of people that make a lot of money. You like that? Clock?
Yeah.
Pretty
This is
dope,
great.
right?
This is a great clock.
Yeah, you want one? I'll get you one.
Sure.
Okay. Done.
I like weird things like this.
Oh, this is the coolest. It's TGT promotion. What is this? TGT Studios?
Yeah, but-
TGT
oh, there he
Studios.
goes.
Join there. Close
There
it.
he goes.
You put like
There he
one,
goes.
one below.
All right, here he goes. Lol.
That seems pretentious.
I'm sure it is really hard to pull it apart.
I bought it. I was in Mexico because I figured it'd be a good size.
Dang, that's tough though.
So is that a joint? Or is it a
What?
cigar?
No,
Okay.
it's marijuana
Sweet.
inside of tobacco.
Oh, okay. So it's like pot tobacco
Yeah.
pods.
You never had that?
Yeah, I think I tried one once.
You probably can't because it's stock, right?
Lol.
I mean, it's legal, right?
It's totally legal.
Lol.
How does that work? Do people get upset at you if you do certain things? It's tobacco and marijuana.
Let's see here. Let's travel to
The combination of tobacco and marijuana is wonderful.
Rakmar.
First turned onto it by Charlie Murphy and then reignited by Dave Chappelle. Hey,
Haha, exactly.
perfect. Balances it out.
I mean,
I'm a firm believer in
alcohol is a drug. It's been grandfathered in.
that. Well, it's not just a drug. It's a drug that gets a bad rap. Because you just have a little, it's great. The combination of tobacco and marijuana is wonderful. First turned onto it by Charlie Murphy and then reignited by Dave Chappelle. Hey,
Haha, exactly.
perfect. Balances it out.
I mean,
I'm a firm believer in
alcohol is a drug. It's been grandfathered in.
Well, it's not just a drug. It's a drug that gets a bad rap. Because you just have a little, it's great.
Fine.
Yeah, a little sip here and there, and you just your inhibitions are relaxed, and it shows your true self, and hopefully you're more joyous and friendly and happy. And the real worry is people that can't handle it, like the real worry about people that can't handle cars that can go 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds or anything.
Exactly.
Have you ever considered something that, like, imagine if one day everyone has a car that's on the same, at least technological standard as one of your cars, and everyone agrees that the smart thing to do is not just to have bumpers, but to perhaps have some sort of a magnetic repellent device, something, some electromagnetic field around the cars, that as cars come close to each other, they automatically radically decelerate because of magnets or something.
Well, I mean, our cars brake automatically.
Brake,
Yeah.
yeah, when they see things.
Yes.
But like a physical barrier.
Well, the wheels work pretty well. It's
The
pretty-
wheels do.
Yeah, yeah. They work pretty well. Decelerated at, 1.1 to 1.2 Gs. That kind of thing.
Is there a concern that one day all your cars will be on the road and then there'll still be regular people with regular cars 20, 30 years from now that'll get in the mix and be the main problem?
Yeah, I think it'd be sort of like, there's a time of transition where there were horses and gasoline cars on the road at the same time. It's been pretty weird.
Oh, that would be the weirdest.
Yeah. And horses were tricky, back when Manhattan had like 300,000 horses.
Whoa.
You figure like, a horse lives 15 years, Got 20,000 horses dropping dead every day. Or
Wow.
every year, I should say. Every year is 20,000 horses if there's...
Oh, that's a nice...
15-year lifespan.
Back in the gangs in New York days. That movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dead horses, and then you need a horse to move the horse.
Right.
They'll probably get pretty freaked out if they were a dead horse.
Do you think they know what's going
Fruit
on?
vendor, let me
Yeah,
see.
I mean, it's gotta be like pretty
To
weird.
Fruit.
No, I would
Why
imagine.
am I dragging this dead, horse around? And I'm a horse.
Do you
I
ever
don't like it.
stop and think about your role in civilization? Do you ever stop and think about your role in culture? Because me as a person who never met you until
240.
today, when I think of you, I've always thought of you as being this weirdo super inventor dude who just somehow or another keeps coming up with
Oh,
new
that's
shit.
cool.
But there's not a lot of you out there. Like everybody else seems to be. I mean, obviously you make a lot of money, and there's a lot of people that make a lot of money. You like that clock?
Yeah.
Pretty dope, right?
This is a great call.
Yeah, you want one? I'll get you one.
Sure.
Done.
I like weird things like this.
Oh, this is the coolest. It's TGT promotion. What is this? TGT Studios? TGT Studios? Yeah. It's a gentleman who makes all this by hand. Yeah, it's really cool.
That study is filled with weird devices.
Well, get ready for another one.
All right.
I'm sending it your way.
Cool.
You want a werewolf too? I'll hook you up.
All right. I'll take one.
One werewolf and one clock coming up.
Whoa.
Do you think about your role in the culture? Because me as a person who never met you until today, I've always looked at you and like, wow, like, how does this guy just keep inventing shit? Like, how do you keep coming up with all these new devices? And what do you ever consider how like, I had a dream once that there was 1 million Teslas. Instead of like one Tesla, there was 1 million Teslas.
Okay.
Not Tesla the car, but Nikola.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
sure.
And that in his day, there was 1 million people like him who were radically
Wow.
innovative. It was a weird dream. It was so
Interesting.
strange. And I've had it more
That
than
would
once.
result in very rapid technology innovation, that's for sure.
It's one of the only dreams in my life I've had more than one time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Like where I've woken
Wow.
up and it's in the
Okay.
same dream. I'm in the same dream. And in this dream, it's 1940s, 1950s, but everyone is severely advanced. There's flying blimps with like LCD screens on the side of them, and everything's bizarre and strange. And it stuck with me for whatever. Obviously, this is just a stupid dream, but for whatever reason, all these years that stuck with me. Like it takes one man, like Nikola Tesla, to have more than 100 inventions that were patents. Right? I mean, he had some
Pretty great.
pretty fucking amazing ideas.
Yes.
But there
Definitely.
was, in his day, there was very few people like him.
Yeah, that's true.
What if there was 1 million? Like what? And then
Things
this
would
is,
advance very quickly.
right. There's not 1 million Elon Musks. There's one motherfucker. Do you think about that? Or you just try to not?
He's thinking about it. Enabling himself.
I don't think you'd necessarily want to be me.
Well,
For
what's
sure.
the worst part
I don't
about you?
think people would like it that much.
Well, most people will, but they can't be. So that's like some superhero type shit. You know, wouldn't want to be Spider-Man. I'd just sleep tight in Gotham City. Hope he's out there doing his job.
Lol.
It's very hard to turn it off.
Yeah. What's the hardest part?
It might sound great to
mean
turn it
sleep.
on, but what if it doesn't turn off?
Now, I showed you the isolation tank, and you've never experienced that before.
No.
I think that could help you turn it off a little bit, just for the
Okay.
night. Yeah, just
Oh,
give you a little
interesting.
bit of sleep, a little bit of perspective. There's magnesium that you get from the water as well that makes you,
Oh,
makes you sleep easier because the water has Epsom salts in it. But maybe some sort of strategy for sacrificing your biological, not sacrificing, but
Oh,
enhancing
yeah.
your biological
The,
recovery time by figuring out a way, whether it's through meditation or some other ways, to shut off that thing at night. Like you must have like a constant stream of ideas that's running through your head all the time. Getting text messages from chicks.
No. I'm getting text messages from friends saying, "What the hell are you doing smoking weed?"
Is that bad for you? It's legal. It's
I
government
mean,
approved.
it's not, you know.
Is everything gone?
I'm not a regular smoker of weed.
How often do you smoke?
Most never.
How does
I
it
mean,
feel?
it's. I don't actually notice any effect.
Well, there you go. There was a time where I think it was Ramdas or someone gave some Buddhist monk a bunch of acid,
Okay.
and he ate it, and it had no effect on him.
I doubt that.
I would say that too, but I've never meditated to the level that some of these people have, where they're constantly meditating all day. They don't have any material possessions, and all of their energy is spent trying to achieve a certain mindset. I would like to cynically deny that. I'd like to cynically say, they just fucking think the same way I do. They just hang out with flip-flops on and make weird noises. But maybe no.
You know, I know a lot of people like weed, and that's fine. But I don't find that it is very good for productivity.
For you.
Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that for someone like you, it's not. Someone like you, it'd be more like a cup of coffee, right? You want yerba mate.
Yeah, it's more like the opposite of a cup of coffee.
What do
it's
you
like
like?
a cup of coffee in reverse.
Oh, weed is.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you would like more like what would be beneficial to you would be like coffee.
I like to get things done. I like to be useful. That is one of the hardest things to do. Is
Yeah,
to be useful.
When you say you like to get things done, like
Yes.
in terms of like what
Like to get things
gives
done.
you satisfaction, when you complete a project and something that you invent comes to fruition and you see people enjoying it, that feeling.
Yes, doing something useful for other people. That I like to do.
That's interesting for other people.
Yeah.
So do you think that is maybe the way you recognize that you have this unusual position in the culture where you can uniquely influence certain things because of this? I mean, you essentially have a gift, right? I mean, you would think it was a curse, but I'm sure it's been fueled by many, many years of discipline and learning, but you essentially have a gift, and that you have this radical.
Hey, I just created a Wix website for my business.
Boo, ads, grr. Meats and stuff, y'all guys can have it. I don't need it. Cloths. I don't know how much this is in, I hope it's worth it for them. Let's see here. For sure I want to destroy this. Imp meat. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's go back. Oh no!
In technology, it's like you're going at a very high because of this comes to fruition and you see people enjoying it. That feeling.
Yes, doing something useful for other people. That I like to do.
That's interesting for other people.
Yeah.
So do you think that is maybe the way you recognize that you have this unusual position in the culture where you can uniquely influence certain things because of this? I mean, you essentially have a gift, right? I mean, you would think it was a curse, but I'm sure it's been fueled by many, many years of discipline and learning, but you essentially have a gift, and that you have this radical sort of creativity engine when it comes to innovation and technology. It's like you're just You're going at a very high RPMs.
All the time.
What is that
It
like?
doesn't stop. I don't know what would happen if I got into a sensory deprivation tank.
Let's
I
try.
don't know, it sounds concerning. It's like
why?
running the engine with no resistance. That
Is
seems.
that what it is, though? Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's fine. I don't know.
How
I'll
much-
try it. I'll try it.
Have you ever
It's fine.
experimented with meditation or anything?
Yes.
What do you do? Or what have you done?
I mean, just sort of sit there and be quiet, and then repeat some mantra, which acts as a focal point. It does still the mind. It is still the mind. But I don't find myself drawn to it frequently.
What is this?
Do you
Ooh.
think that perhaps productivity is maybe more attractive to you than enlightenment? Like, or even the concept of whatever enlightenment means. Like, what are you trying to achieve when you're meditating all the time? With you, it seems like almost like there's a franticness to your creativity that comes out of this burning furnace. And in order for you to like calm that thing down,
10,000?
you might have to throw too much water on it.
It's like a never-ending explosion.
Oh, mount?
Like, what is it
1500?
like? Like, try to explain it to a dumb person like me.
I get a mount? Ooh, I got a mount, guys!
What's going on in your head?
Never-ending explosion.
It's just constant ideas, just bouncing around.
Yeah.
Whew. Damn.
This what
So when
happens to me,
everybody
though. I
leaves,
don't know why.
it's just Elon sitting at home, brushing his teeth. Just a bunch of ideas bouncing around your head.
Yeah. All the time.
When did you realize that that's not the case with most people?
Ah.
5 or 6, isn't it? I thought I was insane.
Why'd you think you were insane?
Because it was clear that other people did not. Their mind wasn't exploding with ideas all the time.
They weren't expressing. They weren't talking about it all day. And you realized by the time you were 5 or 6, like, oh, they're probably not even getting this thing that I'm getting.
Yeah. It's just strange. It was like. Strange. That was my conclusion. It was strange.
Like, did you feel diminished by it in any way? Like, knowing that this is a weird thing that you really probably couldn't commiserate with other people? They wouldn't understand you?
I hope they wouldn't find out, because they might, like, put me away with something.
You thought that?
For a second, yes.
When you were little?
Yeah, they let people away. What if they put me away?
Like, when you were little, you thought this?
Yes.
Wow. Like, you thought this is so radically different than the people that are around me. If they find out I got this stream coming in.
Yeah. But, you know, I was only like 5 or 6.
Do you think this is like, I mean, there's outliers biologically. You mean there's people that are 7'9", there's people that have giant hands, there's people that have eyes that are 20/15 vision. There's always outliers. Do you feel like you like caught this? Like you have got some, you're like on some weird innovation, creativity sort of wave that's very unusual.
Cool.
Like you tapped into, I mean, just think of the various things you've been able to accomplish in a very short amount of time. And you're constantly doing this. That's a weird, you're a weird person, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Like, what if there's a million Elon Musks?
Well, that would be very, very weird.
Ooh,
Yeah, pretty weird. I agree.
real weird.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What if there were a million Joe Rogans?
Oh, that's right.
Probably 2 million. I mean, I think that's the case with a lot of folks.
Yeah, I mean, but like, you know, my goal is like try to do useful things, try to maximize the probability the future's good, make the future exciting, something you look forward to. You know,
Let's do this one.
with Tesla, we're like trying to make things that people love. You know, it's like not. How many things can you buy that you really love, that really give you joy? So rare, so rare. I wish there were more things. That's what we're trying to do. Just make things that somebody loves.
When you think about
so
making
different.
things that someone loves, like, do you specifically think about like what things would improve people's experience? Like what would change the way people interface with life that would make them more relaxed or more happy? You really think, like, when you're thinking about things like that, is that like one of your considerations? Like, what could I do that would help people?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
maybe they wouldn't be able to figure out.
Yeah, like what are the set of things that can be done to make the future better? So I think that a future where we are a spacefaring civilization out there among the stars, this is very exciting. This makes me look forward to the future. This makes me want that future. You know, the things, there need to be things that make you look forward to waking up in the morning. Wake up in the morning, look forward to the day, forward to the future. A future where we are a spacefaring civilization out there among the stars, I think that's very exciting. Whereas if you knew we would not be a spacefaring civilization but forever confined to Earth, this would not be a good future. That would be very sad.
It would be sad
Don't want
in
the sad
terms
future.
of the finite lifespan of
Yeah.
the Earth itself and the solar system itself. But even though it's possibly, you know, I mean, how long do they feel like this sun in the solar system is going to exist? How many hundreds of millions of years?
Well, it's probably, if you're saying when does the sun boil the oceans?
Right.
About 500
Interesting.
million years.
So, is it sad that we never leave because in 500 million years that happens? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just think like there are two futures, and one future is we're out there among the stars, and the things we read about and see in science fiction movies, the good ones, are true. We have these starships, and we go and see what other planets are like. We're a multi-planet species, and the scope and scale of consciousness is expanded across many civilizations and many planets and many star systems. This is a great future. This is a wonderful thing. And that's what we should strive for.
But that's biological travel. It's cells traveling physically to another location.
Yes.
Do you think that's definitely where we're going?
No?
Yeah, I don't think so either. I used to think so. And now I'm thinking more likely less than ever. Like, almost every day, less likely.
We can definitely go to the moon and Mars.
Yeah.
And
Do you think
we
they
can
will
go to the
colonize?
asteroid belt, and we can go to the moons of Jupiter, Saturn, we can get to Pluto.
That'd be the craziest place ever if we colonized Mars and re-terraformed it and turned it into like a big Jamaica.
A big Jamaica.
I think we should.
Oceans and
I think
that'd
that'd be
I mean, imagine.
great.
There
That'd
is,
be great.
it's there's
What
it's
amazing.
possible, right? We
Yes.
could turn the whole thing into Cancun.
Oh man.
Well,
I mean, over time.
it wouldn't be easy, but yes.
Right. It's
You could just warm it up.
yeah. You could warm it up. You could add air. You could get some water there. I mean, over time, hundreds of millions of years or whatever it takes.
You could be a multi-planet species.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
You're a
If we
multi-planet
could
species. That's what we want to be.
Legitimately, like air conditioned
Great.
Saturn.
I'm pro-human.
Me too. Yeah. Me too.
I love humanity. I think it's great.
We're glad, as a robot, that you love humans, because we love you too, and we don't want you to kill us.
What happened here?
And,
I mean, you know, strangely, I think a lot of people don't like humanity and see it as blight, but I do not.
well, I think I think part of that is just they've been struggling. When people struggle, they associate their struggle with other people. They never internalize their problems. They look to other people as holding them back. People suck and fuck people, and it's just, it's a never-ending cycle.
I hope later on this week.
But not always.
It's gonna be a little tough for me
Again,
on
most
Wednesday.
people.
Tomorrow I might be working late. If I get home
Vast
on time to
majority.
play, I'll play.
This may sound corny.
It does sound corny.
It's gonna be
But
tough,
love
but
is the answer.
maybe Thursday.
It is the
Maybe Thursday, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
I hope
it
Thursday.
is. It sounds corny because we're
We'll
all
see.
scared. You know, we're all scared of trying to love people and rejected, or someone taking advantage of you because you're trying
Hopefully,
to be
yeah,
loving.
soon after the expansion
just
drops.
relax
I want to play it.
and love each other.
Wouldn't hurt to have more love in the world.
It definitely wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Like, really.
How do you fix that? You have a love machine? You work on it?
No, but probably spend more time with your friends and less time on social media.
Now, deleting social media from your applications, from your phones, does that give you a 10% boost to happiness?
Okie dokie, bro.
Percentages?
Will do.
I think probably something like that.
Will do,
Yeah,
buddy.
10%. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I've kept is Twitter because I kind of like need some means of getting the message out, you know?
Right.
That's about it. So far, so good.
Well, what's interesting with you, you actually occasionally engage with people on Twitter.
Yeah. It's
What percentage of that is a good idea?
good question.
Upstairs.
10%, right?
It's funny.
It's hard.
It's mostly, I think it's on balance more good than bad, but there's definitely some bad.
There we go.
So
Do you ever
hopefully the good outweighs the bad.
Do you ever think about how odd it is, the weird feeling that you get when someone says something shitty to you on Twitter and you read it? The weird feeling? There's a weird little negative jolt. It's like a subjective negative jolt of energy.
I'll hit you up right before I get on.
Anyway.
I'll let you know that day. If I'm gonna get on tomorrow, I'll let you know.
There's a lot of
If I get on
It is, but it's a weird. It's
Thursday,
in
I'll
its
let you know.
form. Like the way if you ingest it, if you're like you try to be like a little scientist as you're ingesting it, you're like, wow, how weird is this? And I'm even getting upset that some strange person is saying something mean to me. It's not even accurate.
I mean, the a vast number of negative comments. For the vast majority of them, I just ignore them. The vast majority.
Yeah.
Every now and again, get drawn in.
It's not good.
Make mistakes.
Yes, you can make mistakes.
You make some mistakes.
We're all human. We can make mistakes. Yeah. It's hard. And people
Here I go.
love it when you say something and you take it back. You're like, fuck you, you saved it forever.
Holy
Screenshot that shit, bitch. You had that
crap.
thought. You had that thought. You're like, well, I deleted it. Not good enough. You had the thought. I'm better than you. I never had that thought. You had that thought, you piece of shit. Look, I saved it. Put it on my blog.
Yeah, I'm not sure why
Bad
people
thought.
think that anyone would think that deleting a tweet makes it go away. It's like, hello, been on the internet for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's even like the thing is they don't
forever.
want you to be able to delete it. Because the problem is, if you don't delete it and you don't believe it anymore, it's really hard to say, hey, that thing above, I don't really believe that anymore. I changed the way I view things.
Yes.
Because people go, well, fuck you. I already have that over there. I'm going to just take that. I'm not going to pay attention to that shit you wrote underneath
It's on your permanent
Yeah,
record.
It's forever, bro.
Like
It's a
high school.
tattoo.
We'll
Yeah.
put this on your permanent record.
Yeah, it's a tattoo. Keep it.
Lol.
Yeah. Well, it's this thing where there's a lack of compassion. It's a lack of compassion issue. People are just like intentionally shitty to each other all the time online and trying to catch people.
Yeah.
They're more trying to catch people doing something that's arrestable, like a cop trying to like get, arrests on his record. It's like they're trying to catch you something more than they're logically looking at it, thinking it's a bad thing you've done, or that it's an idea they don't agree with so much they need to insult you. They're trying to catch you.
Yeah. I mean, it's way easier to be mean on social media than it is to be mean in person.
Yes.
Way easier.
Yeah. It's weird. It's not a normal way of human interacting. It's cheating.
True.
You're not supposed to be able to interact so easily where people are not looking at you.
Yeah.
You would never do that. You'd never be so mean to somebody looking in their eyes. And if you did, you'd feel like shit.
Most people.
Yeah, unless you're a sociopath, you'd feel terrible.
Yes.
Elon Musk. This has been a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise.
It really has been.
It's been an honor. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing this, because I know you don't do a lot of long-form stuff like this. I hope I didn't weird you out. And I hope you don't get mad when you smoke weed.
I mean,
not bad. It's legal. We're in California. This is just as legal as this whiskey we've been drinking.
exactly.
This is all good, right?
Cheers.
Is there any message you would like to put out other than love's the answer? Because I think you really nailed it with that.
No, I think, you know, I think people should be nicer to each other and give more credit to others, and don't assume that they're mean until you know they're actually mean. You know, just, it's easy to demonize people. You're usually wrong about it. People are nicer than you think. Give people more credit.
I couldn't agree more, and I want to thank you not just for all the crazy innovations you've come up with and your constant flow of ideas, but that you choose to spread that idea, which is it's very vulnerable, but it's very honest, and it resonates with me, and I believe it. I believe it's true too. So thank you, and all you assholes out there, be nice. Be nice, bitch. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Elon.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Gotta be militantly nice. Gotta be nice on a militant level. Gotta force people to be nice. Grr.
What happened to the fish?
Get rid of them.
Oh, cancel. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, there's that drop. I didn't touch it. I'm silly. Hello, bug. Large lump of crab meat, you say? You know what? It's a little late. I gotta get to bed. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you guys had fun. I will catch you guys a little bit later this week. And we'll have some more fun then. Hopefully, I'll be on to play Sea of Thieves later this week for the new expansion. That should be really fun. Yeah, catch you guys next time. Thanks. Love you guys. Be safe. Take care. Bye.